Hello, today we're going to proceed with Barron's Essential Words for IELTS, Unit 8, Text 1. On the left hand side we have a text which calls social networking. On the right hand side we have the task related to this text. Answer the questions about social networking. Questions 1 to 4. The reading passage contains 6 paragraphs, A to D. Which paragraph discusses in the following information? Write the correct letter A, D. Let's read the first sentence. The different reason people pursue contacts on social networking sites. So they were saying about networking sites and the reasons why people pursue contacts on social networking sites. So, and we don't have any kind of keywords here. So I recommend to read first 2 sentences of each paragraph. So it helps you to understand what exactly this paragraph contains. Let's read first paragraph A. During the first decade of the 21st century, the phenomenon of social networking or the internet exploded across the globe. Online social networking sites are websites that allow people to put personal information about themselves and to connect with people who have similar interests. So they were saying about the phenomena of social networking and all this kind of information. Let's go further. B. So recent statistics show that 75% of internet users around the world use social networking sites to some extent, and that 22% of all the spent online is spent on these sites. So this is statistics, but they don't say any reasons why people pursue contacts on social networking sites. We'll go further. The phenomena of social networking sites may present unanticipated consequences for people's life in the future. The immense popularity of the sites is evidence that they contribute to users' life in positive ways, but there are drawbacks as well. So, as I was saying about this consequences, so why social networking sites became so popular and their positive ways, and in case you can see also further there was information about the reasons. And on the D, on the other hand, concerns are growing about online social networking. As people more time interacting with each other online, they spend less time in face-to-face communication. They were saying about these drawbacks of the social networking, but the reasons we can just see here as a hint about the reasons. And then when we scan further this text, we can also see that there were some reasons like this sites allow users to stay in contact with friends and relatives and connect with old friends from the past. Social networking sites allow people to broaden their social reach, both personal and professionally. Like all of these reasons are listed here in this paragraph. But the thing is, they were just saying about the positivity of it, and they were just saying all of these reasons why people start to use social networking sites and different reasons for that. So the answer to this first question is going to be C. Let's highlight this C here, and we go further to second sentence. Possible negative consequences of social networking. Negative consequences of this social networking. They were saying everywhere in each paragraph about social networking, but if you guys remember, they were saying about negativity here down, because here they were saying about the reason, and in the first paragraph they were saying about phenomena, how it became popular. In the B they were saying about this percentage stuff, and in the D they were saying about these drawbacks, about negativity of it. And So we can just find the exact sentence where they were saying about this negative effect on people's life. So so they were saying about acquaintances found that the internet may not be who people think they are. So there are also potential risks of it. Social network involves making personal information available online. All of these risks and about personal information availability of all online, unless the user is careful, could have some access to the information. They were saying all of these drawbacks step by step. And the hint to this negativity of the social networking, they were saying at this second sentence, they were saying about concerns. The first sentence about that growing online social networking, and then second sentence they were saying about less time in face-to-face communication. So this is one of these drawbacks of it. So this is just like kind of hint that our answer is here. So answer to this second question is gonna be D. In order not to get confused, let's highlight this D here. Okay, so we're not gonna use it, we're not gonna scan it. And then let's read certain sentence. The amount of time people spend interacting on social networking sites. So our main keyword here is gonna be amount of time and on social networking. And if you guys remember, there were some statistics here. And we can just read one more time and try to find any specific information here on this text. Recent statistics show that 75% of internet users around the world use social networking sites to some extent, and that 22% of all time spent online is spent on these sites. So they were saying about the statistics and about the percentage of people spending their time on social networking sites. And so they were saying about average time here in Australia, and 6 hours a month, and they were comparing with Japanese, with they spent just 2.5 hours per person. So yeah, this is gonna be our answer to the third question. It's gonna be B. So we go further and we read fourth sentence. When the social networking trend became big. So about the trend. If you guys remember, in the first paragraph we saw the word phenomenon. So as you can see, we already have answer B, C, and the D. Of course, you don't have to waste your time and you can just put A here. But let's read this first sentence and to be sure that we put everything right in our answers. During the first decade of the 21st century, the phenomenon of social networking on the internet exploded across the globe. So yeah, this phenomenon became explored and it became a trend. And it says, and it's about Facebook, MySpace, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of the social networking sites became popular and they became explored across the globe. So our answer to the fourth question is going to be A. Let's go further. Questions 5 to 9. Complete a summary using words from the list below. So here we have a list of words which are missed here, and we have to find where exactly it's missed. So you guys read all of this, scanned all of this text, and you know where exactly we have which kind of information. Please memorize that and be careful, because it's kind of helping you, because when you start to read this sentence, you approximately know on which part of your text you have possible answer to your question or missed word. So it's gonna be a little bit easier to answer to these questions from 5 to 9. So recently the popularity of social networking sites has something. There are social networking sites has something. So let's highlight keywords. So the popularity of it, of social networking sites, has something. So let's say it that way. So we know that social networking is a whole paragraph about it. So we don't have to let's say to highlight that keyword, because we know obviously what exactly the text about, and we're gonna see the social networking phrase everywhere along the text, and that's why I don't highlight it, which is obvious. And we try to find any information about this popularity of it. If you guys remember, in the first paragraph, that was a trend of social networking, and they were listing all of this: Facebook, MySpace, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of this kind of social networking sites. So we know that it could be, I don't say it must be there, but it could be there. So let's scan this paragraph A, and let's try to find anything about the popularity. And in this first paragraph, if you guys remember, so they were saying about phenomena, and let's read this sentence. During the first decade of the 21st century, the phenomenon of social networking on the internet exploded across the globe. So as you guys remember, there is a word exploded. So they were saying recently, but it's during the first decade of 21st century. This is gonna be our let's say a reference to the time. So the answer to the fifth question is going to be exploded, and we just highlighted here not to get confused and not to use this word twice, because this word has supposed to be used once. Let's go further. There are something advantages to these sites. So what kind of advantages they have? We have to find it. So let's highlight this word advantages of it. Some kind of advantages of these sites. So if you guys remember, in this paragraph we were saying about the reasons why people start to talk to each other. They had an ability to talk to their old friends, to find their old friends, to keep in touch with their relatives. So let's scan this second paragraph, but there is just information about statistics, about hours, how many hours in different countries people spend on social networking sites. And in this third paragraph we were just we were able to get information about advantages. And let's scan this text and just try to find any information related to our sixth question. So if you remember, we read both first sentence and the second sentence of each text C, and there is a positive ways, and this is basically synonym to our word advantage. Positive ways is a synonym to advantages. So let's highlight it and then let's read this sentence. The immense popularity of the site is evidence that they contribute to users' lives in positive ways, but there are drawbacks as well. So here, as I was saying, that there are immense advantages of the sites. So this is more suitable to say immense advantages, immense popularity and positive ways. And the answer to this question is going to be immense. Go further. People use these sites to put information about themselves, seek new and professional opportunities. So they were saying about professional opportunities, personal information about themselves. If you guys remember, we have all of this. We had this all information in this paragraph. So, but here they don't have any information about the sharing of the personal information. And we go further on the last paragraph. They were just trying to find. They were just trying to share personal information about themselves and seek new acquaintances. As you can see here, they were saying about information about it, acquaintance. So basically, let's read this. Adolescents may be particularly susceptible to this danger. It is also impossible to know anyone's true identity online. Acquaintances found on the internet may not be who people think they are. So this acquaintances is going to be answer to the 7th question. And 8th something, professional opportunities. So let's try to find any information about this professional, but you guys remember that on this paragraph C we had some information about this professional and the personal information here. If you remember, let's highlight these words here in the text. And but you don't have any information about what kind of opportunities. And if you go further, we have information about employment opportunities, which is professional opportunities. So we have here employment opportunities is synonym to the professional opportunities. So let's read this sentence. The sites also provide opportunities for people who connect with strangers in the far distant places who share similar interests, or to seek support when undergoing difficulties such as grave illness. In the business world, people are used social networking sites to carry out business, pursue employment opportunities, or seek new business clients. So they were just saying that they pursue employment opportunities, pursue professional opportunities. So on these two sentences, they were saying all about opportunities. In the following sentence, they have information exact about employment opportunities, which is professional opportunities, which are synonyms. We go further. There are also drawbacks. Social networking online may mean that people something less with the people around them. It also gives strangers access to personal information. So they were saying about drawbacks. And as they were saying about online networking, social networking online. So let's try to find any information about online networking. So as you guys remember, in paragraph D, they were saying about all of these drawbacks, and that they can't say face-to-face each other, they don't have this kind of communication, all of these drawbacks. And let's try to find any information about online communication here. And here there is some information about online. And let's read this sentence. As people spend more time interacting with each other online, they spend less time in face-to-face communications. So answer to our 9th question is going to be interact. So let's highlight our answer. So thank you for your time. Have a good day. Bye. I guess we already got all answers. So have a good day. Good luck with your IELTS exam. In case you have any questions, please let me know. You can write me in any social network. Bye.